With the release of Endwalker comes the release of new S and SS rank hunts. In this video I'll be going over how to survive the ones available so far. In the Garlemald region, Armstrong has a chance to spawn when a player dies on his randomized spawn points while wearing the Mended Imperial Pot Helm and Mended Imperial Short Robe. Upon being pulled, Armstrong immediately goes into its main mechanic, Magitech Compressor. This is a cross-shaped AoE that rotates 45 degrees between every hit. After 5 hits, the direction of rotation changes and hits another 5 times. To survive this, every time you see the AoE animation resolve, move halfway into it, being careful not to cross that halfway point. Change direction halfway through the attack and you'll be fine. Being hit by Magitech Compressor will inflict a short mini on you, increasing damage taken, but one hit is not lethal. Accelerated Landing is a ground pound mechanic that casts twice back to back. Armstrong will face a direction, and at the end of the cast will leap in that direction, dealing massive AoE damage inside of his hitbox when he lands. Don't be in front to avoid this. Calculated Combustion is a basic raid-wide. Later in the pool, Armstrong casts this 2 times back to back, so have recovery prepared. Soporific Gas is a point-blank circle AoE that knocks players back and afflicts them with a long, cleansable heavy debuff. Simply move out of melee range to avoid the heavy, because this is always immediately followed by Magitech Compressor. Compressor is survivable with the heavy, but is more challenging. Pummel is a single target buster on the main tank. In Elpis, Ophioneus has a chance to spawn when a player discards a stack of at least 5 eggs of Elpis. Upon being pulled, Ophioneus will cast left or right maw, cleaving 180 degrees in that direction. Be on his other side to live. Next he will showcase Pyric Bursts and Pyric Circle. Pyric Burst deals proximity damage and should be moved away from. Pyric Circle is a massive donut AoE with a safe spot inside the boss's hitbox. Keep these names in the back of your mind. Ophioneus will now begin casting variations of Leaping Pyric Burst and Leaping Pyric Circle. As it sounds, the boss will leap forward before casting either a proximity AoE or donut AoE based on the cast name. Don't get your bursts and your circles confused or you're going to have a bad time. Scratch is a single target buster on the main tank. Finally, because he jumps around so much, the main tank should do their best to return the boss near its starting point. I've already seen this one leash and reset a few times. I've saved the nastiest for last, Ruminator. Ruminator is spawned on the moon by killing 100 Thinkers, 100 Wanderers, and 100 Weepers. Chitinous Trace will show a progression of in or out telegraphs that will resolve later. The first will have 2 telegraphs and more layers will be progressively added over the course of the pool. In this example, we are seeing the boss telegraph in followed by out. Chitinous Advance will have these in and out attacks resolve. By the end of this cast, be in position for the first hit, and be ready to move accordingly. On this cast of Trace, the progression is out, in, out, in. However, this trace is followed by Chitinous Reversal, indicating we need to dodge the telegraphs in reverse. So instead of out, in, we will dodge in the order in, out, in, out. Stygian Vapor is a standard raid-wide AoE. Before we continue, I briefly want to mention that there is one more S rank available in the final zone of the game at this time, but I'm not aware of anyone having discovered the method to spawn it yet. In addition to that, S ranks have not yet been added into Labyrinthos or Thavnair, but we can expect these will probably be added in a later patch. Finally, let's talk about my favorite new hunt, the SS rank Care. Whenever an S rank is killed, if the SS rank is up for that server, then there is a chance that 4 minions will spawn around the map. Players will know these minions have spawned if the message, "The minions of an extraordinarily powerful mark are on the hunt for prey," pops up. Without going into too much detail, I just want to say, don't pull these by yourself and instead rely on more experienced hunters if you don't know what you're doing, because pulling one of the minions and wiping will kill the chance to spawn the SS rank hunt, depriving everyone there of the huge rewards. The Endwalker hunt minions, called Care Shrouds, are a lot less annoying than the Shadowbringers ones. They look like the Wraiths from Palace of the Dead and even cast Accursed Pox, a large circle AoE. The main risk of dying to these is when they turn in a random direction and cast Entropic Flame. This is a column AoE that telegraphs late and will nuke anyone not paying attention, but this is a lot easier to deal with than the constant Petrify Gazes from the Shadowbringers minions. Once all of the minions are killed, players will see the S rank powerful mark message once again. Watch Shout Chat and report to the spawn point of the SS rank and prepare yourself for a really fun but chaotic encounter. Kara will immediately cast Heliovoid, a point-blank circle AoE that absolutely wrecks, and that I always forget about. Don't be like me. Ancient Blizzard 3 is a giant donut AoE with a safe spot in the boss's hitbox. Ancient Holy is a proximity AoE, dealing more damage when you are closer to the boss. Minax Glare will affect everyone with temporary misdirection, the familiar mechanic where your direction of movement is determined by the cursor spinning above your head. This will be immediately followed by Ancient Blizzard 3, Ancient Holy, or Heliovoid. Whispered Incantation will be used before a cast of one of Kara's mechanics, notably Ancient Blizzard 3, Ancient Holy, or Heliovoid, and will store a repeat cast of that mechanic for later. 4 hind, left, or right interment will cleave 180 degrees in Kara's front, back, left, or right sides respectively. Whisper's Manifest will repeat the cast that followed Whispered Incantation. In this example, Ancient Holy, a proximity AoE. Mirrored Incantation will give the boss 4 stacks that flip its interment abilities. In other words, left interment will cleave the boss's right, 4 interment will cleave the boss's back, and so on. The main gimmick here is watching the boss's stacks, because it will cast more than 4 interments after Mirrored Incantation, so you need to be prepared to go from doing mirrored versions of the cast to normal versions. Late in the pool, Kara will teleport and target a random player with Wicked Swipe, a massive conal AoE. Lastly, I want to mention a few hunting resources that have been invaluable to me during my years of hunting in Final Fantasy XIV. The first is Faloop, a web app developed by some really cool people over on Tonberry that is essentially the end-all be-all of hunt trackers. Definitely go support Moo and his endeavors and use this incredible tool he's developed for the 14 hunting community. The second important resource is the Curl Discord. This one is for Primal players only, sadly, but if you are a veteran hunter on Primal, you are probably already aware of the Curl. This is a Discord that I've been with since before cross-world hunts were added, and is filled with a ton of really great, helpful, and knowledgeable players, and you can set up notifications for S ranks and trains, and get a Discord ping whenever there might be something new for you to go kill. This video would not be possible without the hard work the great minds at both of these resources put into making the hunt community better for the rest of us. Links to these resources can be found in the description, and I'm usually pretty good about answering comments, so if you have any questions, feel free to hit me up below. Thanks for watching.